to athletic greatness, Dave. We're heading to athletic greatness. We're heading to the Super Bowl in Santa Clara, California. And the halftime show will be Benito. It'll be the Bad Bunny.
Yes.
And boy, oh boy.
Oh, we excited, right? The world is so rejoiced right now.
Yeah. The overwhelming positivity coming from this announcement is overflowing. There's too much positivity. Everyone's just so happy and joyous that a Bad Bunny, a superstar, a megastar of his caliber, is going to be gracing the gridiron for 13 minutes on Super Bowl Sunday to grace us with what will certainly be one of the most talked about halftime show performances in the history of the gig. Bad Bunny, right there for the world to see. And we're here for it. Unless
no,
you are without melanin in your body.
Hold on, time out. That's not fair. That's
no.
fair.
I know it's not. I know there's not. I know there's more.
There's some white people out there that love Bad Bunny. They don't know what he's saying.
You want to hear something crazy? And this is absolutely true, 100%. There's Puerto Ricans that hate this right now.
Yeah, actually.
There's people from all walks of life. I'm making the joke about the whites because that's usually how this goes, right? Ever since we started adding the hippity hop to the Super Bowl performances, the Caucasian group has had their issues for years. But in this particular case, it seems there's some uniting in the idea that this is a terrible, terrible fucking idea. And what are you going to do? Because I think there's a bigger problem at large here than just who's going to play at the Super Bowl. Let's be real for a second. For everybody who's complaining about the halftime show, it'll be on, but are you really watching the Super Bowl halftime show? Who knows? I know some people who don't watch it live, but they watch it later when they release it on YouTube. Yeah. Just to see the whole unedited version of it. Because usually if you're doing Super Bowl, you're either doing a Super Bowl party, Super Bowl get-together, there's talking. You're talking through the football game, let alone the Super Bowl. And let's be honest, the Super Bowl halftime show has been for your wives and girlfriends this entire time.
Yeah, I believe that.
That's the one thing that the ladies get. They have to sit through football for like 3 hours. They get 13 minutes to fucking dale and dance and do whatever they're gonna fucking do
to get their pop culture.
Yeah, what was they've done the last few with Rihanna, and I don't know if the wives were into Kendrick Lamar, but before that, with The Weeknd, Usher, there's been a lot of Lady Gaga. There's a lot of mainstream pop artists that have been doing this for forever as it is. So you're not really paying attention to this. I think we have an overall bigger problem when it comes to the Bad Bunny conversation.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And the big problem that I've seen is apparently there's a large group of individuals, probably the majority, which is kind of sad, of people who live in this country who did not know that Puerto Ricans...
that Bad Bunny was a superstar?
No. And not even Bad Bunny. That Bad Bunny is a U.S. citizen.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fun.
They didn't know. They did not know that Puerto Ricans were U.S. citizens. They had no clue. There's people online twittering right now. It's like, is he even allowed to, they're like, isn't he from Puerto Rico? It's like, yes. So he needs a green card. No. He's born here? Yes. But not here. Correct. It's almost like you're right there. Push through, baby. You got this. It's right there.
It's right there. Reach out and
just come to it right here. You're close. You're kind of getting it, right? So there's a little thing out there called U.S. territories. And all that it really is that the United States government went to different locations and just said, we like it here. It's ours now. And that's pretty much it.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe. We like this.
So
This is ours now.
Yeah, this is ours now. We just own it now. That's it. That's all that it is.
This
And
is nice.
yeah, this is nice. So I saw some things. The reason why I put it on the list to talk about today is because I saw some things leading up to this day that I never thought I would see. Because remember, this is a whole new generation of social justice warriors, right? They take everything to the nth degree. So they're now finding, we have a whole group of people who are just learning for the first time that Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens, right? And then they heard that there was more, that there's other U.S. territories like the Virgin Islands and the Isle of Samoa, and they're like, no, these are all U.S. citizens. And they're like, wait, what? And now, what should have been a moment of enlightenment, a moment for them to be educated in some way,
and to come together,
has now turned into a rallying cry for people actually saying, why are they citizens? Why are we granting these people citizenship? I don't understand. They don't live here. They don't have anything to do with this goddamn place. So now there's people actually having the conversation, should we be revoking citizenship here? Hold on a second. They don't.
Oh my God! Off the Super Bowl is fucking crazy.
We're leading into a whole. You know how bad it got? There was an individual. He had a check mark and everything. There's an individual who's like a big politic, like Charlie Kirk, right, with the whole podcasting gig, and he has a bit of an audience. He was starting to question whether or not Hawaii and Alaska should even have statehood. It's like they're all the way over there. How the fuck? I can't. He goes, I can't drive to Hawaii. How are they part of this fucking? I'm like, that's deep, bro. Bad Bunny pissed you off so much you want to cut off Hawaii? How the fuck did we get here? How did this happen? Because now we have
funny because this is a difficult conversation to have, to not get political. Because and I think our next this kind of gets into, it's kind of weaving into our next conversation as well.
Yeah.
To everyone is like, the whole country is spiting their face. Like, to say, like, let's take a second. I won't get too political. Let's take a second to understand what that person just said.
Yeah. Let's try to put it into perspective here.
They said, look, they're not a part of us. So let's give the rest of the world more territory so that they can come in and build and surround us. So let them have Alaska, which is right on the skirts of us. I'm not that good with maps, but
Alaska is the one barrier between Russia and Canada.
So, okay, yeah. So let's unlock that door.
So let's just unlock that. Yeah.
And then Hawaii, like, it's just a piece of land on the earth, right?
It's a vacation spot for us.
But like I said, I don't want to get too deep into this, but I mean, do these people even know what the fuck they're saying? Like, I think, look, again, no, I'm done. I'm not getting into that. But the point is, it's fucking crazy to me. Absolutely like, we are towing the line here, like, where some of these topics that seemed like they'd be very fun to have a conversation about, it's like, it's political. It's like, you can't, it's so hard to have some of these conversations without getting into the, like, dude, I think you're a little too wrapped up into red and blue, and you're not thinking about what you're actually fucking asking, because, again, you don't like the fact that one of the most popular human beings in the fucking world, because he's global, he is not just in the States. This dude is global. And to get into the next point of it, to piggyback on that, he's not going to be doing, I know some of the controversies, is not doing stuff in the States. So to my point is, if he's not touring in the States but everywhere else, doesn't that mean he's fucking global? Like, what are we talking here? Like, why
that he didn't need the States? Yeah, exactly. Right,
and it's fucked up too, and I think he's doing a great job at it, because he explained why, and I think his explanation isn't fucking ridiculous. Then he's like, no, listen, I'm gonna be a hotspot for what's going on there, and I don't want to contribute to that.
Actually, you know what's funny? I know what you're about to say. That comment that he made, and I'm going to let you say exactly what it was that he said, actually fueled the stupidity further. And I'll explain why when you finish it. Go ahead. Yeah.
I think him saying that about how he thinks his shows in the U.S. will become a hotspot for ICE.
Right.
And all he's saying is, look, our team came together. We saw what's happening. There is potential of this.
Yeah.
We don't want to put anyone in danger. So we're not going to do that. Mm-hmm. And we're just going to go over here. No smoke to anyone, right? Because they're taking like everyone does. They're taking his words of I'm not touring in the US, right?
Right.
That's what the phrase that they're boxing, and now they're making him look like some kind of jerk because of it. Even though I think his comments are completely valid, and then he obviously out of context because he goes on to say, "Look, I've toured in the States. I love the States. It's fantastic. Pretty much there's shit going on right now I don't want to be a part of. I don't want to get anyone jammed up just because they came out to see me and now their whole life is fucked up. I don't want to do that. Everyone is welcome to my shows. I am not saying nobody can come. I just don't want to do shows here because of this. I'm sorry. I love you guys." Then proceeds to fucking sell out everywhere he goes. Mm-hmm. Yet we still have people calling into a radio show talking about he's not generational. He's not a generational talent, so he shouldn't be on the Super Bowl. Or the craziest shit, and I don't want to get too racy here.
Okay.
What the fucking? I was listening to Breakfast Club, and this black guy called in and goes, "I don't know what the fuck he's saying. I don't know what he's saying. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm not going to know what he's talking about." And then Charlamagne goes, "Well, like the white people said the same thing about Kendrick Lamar, right?" He was like, "Yeah, but it's like, it's Kendrick Lamar." I'm like, dude, that's the point.
That's the point, you dumb shit.
That's the point. It's like, first of all, you're supposed to do something new so that you can get a larger demographic. You're supposed to diversify. And the crazy shit is that usually when there's a diversified pick, which I don't think it's a diversified move, but it is diversity, right? How many times have we had a fully Spanish speaking, like almost 99% of his music is Spanish,
right?
And even I was at work and a lady was like, "Oh, he's gonna bring on, he's probably just bring on some English talent. I don't, because he's done songs with this person. I was like, yeah, but what you don't understand is like Bad Bunny's such a big star is that you think he's teaming up with those English speaking people for exposure for himself, which is kind of true. But to be honest with you, those people were going to him for exposure in Latin America. And you can see that with some of the most songs that are done with Bad Bunny are in Spanish. They come over and do his language on his music because that's the people they're trying to, like, he is a bigger pull than your favorite star. Yet because they're not a fan of the Spanish music, they think he's just some guy that's diversity, or he's on the Super Bowl because he's going against Donald Trump because of ICE, which he's not necessarily outright saying. He's just, explaining I'm not doing this because of this. But it's hilarious to see that these people have no clue that I would put Bad Bunny up there as the largest talent. And I know that people try to make an argument, well, it's Taylor Swift. It's Taylor Swift. No, because I don't think Taylor Swift has Latin America behind her. Like, he has both English and Spanish people behind him. And the crazy thing, on my tangent, I'll end it here. The one thing I did learn 10 years ago, something like that, I remember seeing that window of Latin America. Like, I think, what was it? It was FIFA. Like, I was always a Madden guy, right? So I'm like, oh, sports. And I always think like English, big, that's my bubble. That's where I'm at. And I remember once clicking on like a FIFA stream, and it took me to this completely different fucking streaming world of Spanish speaking people. And the views on that shit blew my mind. Some of those, there were streamers on there larger than the English the English speaking streamers, like by a long shot, like multi-million people that follow them and stuff. I'm like, dude, I didn't know Latin America was like that big. Like, holy shit, they got like their whole own following and everything like that. So, and I think that's just being brought to a larger stage. And people are kind of getting exposed for being weird and shit like that. But I don't know. People are being weird. This is so funny. Like every little thing like this just gets blown out of proportion now. It's every week something different is fucking happening.
You have to kind of laugh at it after a while, right? So like everything you just said, when he mentioned the ice thing, what I mean by how it fueled the stupidity is he said, yeah, I don't want to endanger anybody. ICE is going to shows. They're arresting people. I don't want people to be arrested, so I'm not going to do it. And then people said, see? He's Puerto Rican, but he's worried about ICE. See, he doesn't want to be deported. And they said, no. He can't be deported.
He's good.
He's fine.
He's looking out for his
and
fans.
then they said, well, if he's not worried about ICE, then what would he be concerned about ICE coming to the shows for if his audience is Puerto Rican? No, his audience is Latino, which is many different countries of people, and they don't want those people to get shipped off some goddamn where.
Hold on, let me shoot them some bail, though, because anyone who is not Hispanic, I know this is a running joke. I know a lot of people think it's a funny joke, but if you're Latin, you understand that this is a reality. This is a real thing. If you're not Latin, people think all Latin people are Mexican. So because the argument is towards Mexicans, they just lump it all. Every Latin person is Mexican from ICE.
Yeah, exactly.
Like no, you got Hispanic people on fucking ICE, dude. Yeah. It has nothing to do with Mexicans per se, but it's like every person outside of being Hispanic just assumes, and I know it's a running joke, but they assume that all Spanish, oh, you're Mexican. That's real. People really believe that. That is a real thing.
Oh my God. And for the record, for people who are like about the language barrier, when people say, well, he's gonna speak entirely in Spanish. We don't know what the fuck he's gonna say, right? For the record, and I want this clear for everybody, okay? This isn't Bad Bunny's first Super Bowl performance. He already performed at the halftime show. Yes, you see how you didn't even... No one remembers it. You know why? Because he wasn't the feature act. He joined the feature act on stage. It was the Shakira Jennifer Lopez halftime show, and he came out...
Did he do Spanish?
He sung in Spanish.
Yeah.
So he's already done it. So what are we mad about now? And it happened 5 years ago, by the way, before anybody goes, but that was a while ago. No, it was only 5 years ago.
I'll shoot the crazy some bail. That's just one song. We're not talking about an entire show.
Okay, but here's another issue that I have. I saw a video once, and it's on here somewhere. If I could find it while I'm talking to you, that would be great. But there was a video I saw a while ago where it was a conversation where the interviewer was asking random Americans, who do they think is more highly rated? What sporting event do they believe is the most popular and the most viewed sport in the world? Like what event? And they said, and they gave two options: the Super Bowl or the FIFA final World Cup game.
FIFA. 100%.
Okay, but you know that because you have a brain in your head.
I'm just saying.
But
I'm just saying. I would.
When he asked random American people with 100% confidence in their chest, they said the Super Bowl. For the most part, there were a few football fans that were Latino that understood the FIFA thing, but these Americans really do believe this is the greatest thing in the fucking world, and that this is the one thing that the world stops when it's the Super Bowl. So I looked something up real quick to give our audience an idea of what?
Not numbers, dude. Don't hit them with numbers. They don't like numbers.
Oh, this is it. No, we're doing this. Hold on a second. All right, I'm going to give this to my audience. Likes the truth.
There we go. Yeah.
Our audience likes the fucking truth. This is what you come to Orsini's Uncensored Mind to listen to.
Right.
Facts.
Down here, baby.
We do facts on this goddamn show. The average viewership for the Super Bowl globally, not just here, globally, is anywhere from 100 to 115 million viewers, and it ranges. So, like, for instance, the last year's Super Bowl was Eagles and the Chiefs. The average viewership for that Super Bowl was 127 million. So that was well above average. As a matter of fact, it's being listed here as the all-time record. There were more people watching this Super Bowl that just happened than ever before. And the halftime show for Kendrick Lamar, who, by the way, there are Americans who don't even like this shit, including me. I didn't want to watch Kendrick Lamar. He said they got 133 million for the halftime show. That means 127 million watched the game, and their ratings went up by 6 million for the halftime show. So it peaked at 133 million. That is incredible. That is a large number of fucking people. Okay? The FIFA World Cup averages between 1.4 and 1.5 billion views. Billion with a B. Worldwide. Their record was at 1.5 billion viewers. This is 1.5 billion people were watching this event live as it happened. The 2022 final between Argentina and France. That means 1.5 billion were watching all at once. The real football game.
The football
with the accent mark. Super Bowl is our deal. I like football. I love football, honestly. I love the big game. Peanuts compared to what the rest of the fucking world is doing. Once again, we're in our bubble. It's sad, actually, how people, I don't say ignorant, that's strong, but just how out of the loop a lot of these fucking Americans are. So I will put this under the same category that I put WrestleMania 43 for me. Y'all can have at it. Doesn't make any difference to me. I'm going to watch it on YouTube anyway like everybody else. I know my wife will. I know my sisters will. They're big on Bad Bunny. My wife's not huge on Bad Bunny, but she doesn't dislike it. It is what it is. She's not one of those Latinas.
I fucking love Bad Bunny.
There you go.
I'm so excited, and so is my wife. We are so fucking excited. We will be pissing off all the white people.
That's right. We should do a Super Bowl party and just fucking make it a thing.
Dude, I fucking love Bad Bunny. This is amazing. I'm excited for diversity, and I hope that he goes full Spanish the entire time, and I'm not gonna know a fucking word he says, but I'm gonna be so excited.
I want him to be extra petty. Not only do I want him singing in Spanish, I want him to bring white artists in as guests and have them sing in Spanish.
I want them to subtitle his shit on the Titantron in Spanish.
Subtitle it. I want you to see the words that he's saying.
With a bouncing ball as well.
Oh, fuck. Yes. Little Bad Bunny action. You guys are... These people are so goddamn funny. Y'all so goofy.
You're so goofy.
It's the Super Bowl halftime show. For the record, I'm still seeing more Bad Bunny stuff on my feed. You know the government shut down yesterday, right? It was a government shutdown, and you all out here arguing about Benito, man. Get over yourselves. Ah, Jesus.
Yeah, that's a fact. You're speaking truth.